Hi guys, welcome back to Just Doing Nails. Today I'm going to show you how to do some DIY at-home press-on nails. So the supplies you'll need is going to be poster putty or a fun tack, whatever you want to call it. You can get that like at your local Walmart or wherever you're at, whatever it's called. And then you'll need some nail stands. You'll need some nail glue. I love this KDS glue. It's very strong. And then this 180 grit file. I did put some prices up there next to these items too as well. You'll need a little buffer and some full coverage nail tips. So I'm going to open these up, and everything I'm using, I will link them down below in the description for you guys if you're interested. Okay, so first I'm going to size out every one of my tips that I'm going to use just to make sure that they fit. And I do want to make sure they're fitting from one side of the nail to the other side. Some people call it sidewall to sidewall. And just making sure that they fit on there comfortably and not too small. Okay, next let's take a look at these nail stands and I'll show you guys how they work. So the base of the nail stand has magnets on them, and the attachments also have magnets too, so they just stick together. And that's basically what these are. And they do stick on there really well. I mean, you can't just go filing like crazy, but you know, they serve their purpose. All right, so let me get my poster putty, which I've used like 1,000 times. So if it looks different than what I showed you guys earlier, this is just one that I've already used. So I'll just take little balls of this poster putty and then put it on the nail stand and then put these full coverage tips on there, nice and snug so they don't move. Also, another thing to keep in mind when you're putting this putty down there, you don't want it to overflow on the sides of the nail, because when you go to start painting that nail, you'll get it on the putty and then you cure it and it'll be cured to the putty. So keep the balls smaller than what the nail size is so it doesn't overflow. So right now I'm just going to take off the edge of that tip of this full coverage nail. You know how they have that extra like plastic at the end? Just go ahead and take a file and just take that off. And you can also shape the nail however you want to at this point. That's the wonderful thing about doing your own custom nails. You can do whatever you want and you can make them however you want. So now I'm going to take a little alcohol wipe and take off those foul shavings. One thing I did miss, and which I'm going to correct right now, is we are going to take off this putty and we are going to buff the inside of that nail. This is a very important step because this will help adhesion. This buffer is a little too big to get in there, so a little trick I learned is you just cut a little piece of the buffer and then you can just get all up in there and you can just buff it. Only buff where your fingernail is gonna go and not all the way up the nail. So there you go. It's gonna look something like that. And just remember to wipe it off with alcohol to get all those shavings. So I went to go put on the polish and I caught myself once again because I missed another important step. And that is just buffing off the shine of these nails. So the reason why you want to do that is because you want your nail polish to adhere to the top. If you're just putting it on shiny top of the nail, it's just going to eventually peel off. But buffing that will give it some rough texture to adhere to. So, crisis averted. We got those all buffed out. Let's go to the next step. Next, I'm going to put some base coat on this. And what the base coat will do is it will smooth over that nail that you just buffed and just make it like an even, smooth base before you put that color on. And that base coat also has a tacky layer that helps your polish to adhere better and stay longer. So I did cure that for 60 seconds. Okay, so now we are ready to put this gorgeous polish on. Okay, finally, right? Okay, so if you're using gel polish, just a quick tip, you don't want to do it heavy. You want to do them in thin layers. And I know this polish looks thick that I'm putting on, but it's just because the actual polish is thick. This is some really good polish, and I will leave the link down below for you guys if you're interested. It's Nail Reserve, and I just love them. All right, enough of that. Let me just go ahead and finish painting these. And I went ahead and cured this. I actually cured that for 2 minutes just to be sure. So here we are so far. And with gel polish, you do want to go over it with either an alcohol pad or like a paper towel, which you put some alcohol on. It is normal for a little bit of the gel polish to come off as you're wiping it. You see that first alcohol pad like kind of had a lot of gel polish on it, but the second one didn't. So it's all good. That's normal. Don't worry about it. Just get that sticky layer off. Okay, so next we're gonna take this tack off, and it is a little warm from being under the lamp, so you want to make sure that you get all of that sticky tack off. You can just take some of it and then use the rest of it that you have in your hand to kind of go in there after the rest of it. Just stick it on there and take it off with that one. Okay, I have all my nails on the side ready, and I did prep my nails already. You guys, I have a video on that if you want to check that out after this, if you're not sure on proper prep. So let's get this glue ready. And I'm gonna put the glue on my nail. Some people put it underneath the fake nail and then adhere it. I decided to go with this way. And then this takes literally like 10 seconds to dry. This glue is so amazing. It probably dries in even less time, but I wanted to make sure, so I did it for 10 seconds. All right, it is on there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of them. And you guys, I am holding the nail up to my finger first just to make sure that the placement is where I want it. You don't want to put them on there crooked, because I'm telling you, once that glue is on, it's very hard to get off. Even though that is what we want them to last, but we don't want them to last crooked. Okay, so here we are so far, you guys. I think they are looking good so far. Okay, next we're gonna go ahead and put some top coat on these bad boys. And I'm just gonna put some Born Pretty top coat on here. And I'm gonna cure that for just 1 minute will do. Okay, so let's finish up that thumb. Okay, so here is this design so far. I'm really loving this color, and look at it from the sides. That flush cuticle area is just like flawless. I love this set so far, but I do want to add something to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some matte top coat on every other finger. One quick tip though, you guys, if you are putting matte top coat on, don't put it on top of a shiny layer. It will eventually peel off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some dots down the middle of these nails. And this is just a really simple, easy, super quick like design. Like adding little touches to this, to designs, I just love, because it just takes it up to another level that you wouldn't expect. Something that looks like it took forever. So there's the final result, you guys. Let me know if you like it. If you enjoyed this, leave this video a like, and if you're new here, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.